everybody, and welcome to Noobow. Now, a lot of you might not have heard of this game. It's a very unknown game, but just strap in for the ride because it's going to be a fun one. I'll explain everything as we go, so even if you don't know the game, that's not a big deal. Anyway, ready to get started? In 3, 2, 1, go. So, Noobow is a very old Japanese sort of puzzle platformer, but it's mostly just known for being cute. I'm going to say in advance, get your Wii's ready, and if you're in the chat, a good way to do that is just use like a backslash, an O, and then like another slash, and you'll be able to make it work. And that trust me, you'll want to have that ready because we're gonna be using those quite a lot. First things first, we're gonna start off with a bit of a tutorial level of sorts. We're gonna put the block over here. Yeah, just get them ready. You'll need them in a moment. But yeah, as we get up here, we're gonna get this this pogo, this spring, or anyway, we're gonna jump up with this thing. This is the only instance in the game that we're gonna use it. We're never gonna see that item again. And then on the other side here, we're gonna find ourselves a stick and a dog. It's a very angry dog, and dogs like sticks. Don't ask where that dog goes, by the way. He's just off. And then there's a parachute, and well, there'll be a lot of instances of parachutes where we just whee our way down the level. So to kind of introduce Noobow for those that have never heard of this game, Noobow, basically the game is 8 levels long. And over the course of the 8 levels, we're going to help the animal buddies. The first one's helping this little baby whale get back to his mama whale. And how better than to just put it in a bucket and then we'll release it there. And that's the end of the first level. From here, I can kind of choose which levels I want to do. Only the 1st and 8th are set. And we're going to opt to do the squirrels next. We're just going to do them in the intended order, although you can really do it in whatever order you want. The idea is fairly simple. Every one of these in-between stages consists of 2 levels. And in the first one, we're going to kind of get to know the problem a little bit. We're going to help 1 or 2 animals here and there. And then in the second, we're going to actually try and solve the issue. We also get a shovel, and the shovel can be used to dig up this block of dirt. We're going to use shovels like that quite a lot. But the main reason I needed to do that is because it gives me access to the squirrel on the other end there. And we're going to give him an acorn. Now, most of the squirrels we can't actually walk by, but this one we can, so we can go just step on the elevator, turn around, give him the acorn, and take the elevator up. There's another angry dog, and there's another stick, so here we go. Again, don't ask me where this dog goes. This platform ends in a little bit, so yeah. Not something I want to think about. Anyway, we're just going to go up with this elevator. Just pretend that everything's okay. And right here, we're going to see a parachute, and, well, you probably already know what that means. Here we go. So basically, every time you see a parachute or a paraglider, just get ready to use your Wii, because it's where we jump off a platform and just use it as a cutesy little parachute, and it's just absolutely adorable. Now, in order to get up to the end of the level, we do need to go up that hill over there. Problem with that is we can't actually move up more than one block. Higher than that, a Noobow is just not tall enough to climb. If it's deeper than 1 block, Noobow gets too scared to go down as well. So basically, when I say use your Wii, it's just if you don't have a Wii emote of any sort, just use a backslash, an O, and a forward slash, and you'll be fine. Just because basically this kind of became sort of a cutesy little meme, because the Noobow makes a very cute little jumping, and he's super happy when he does it too. So that's really just about it. But yeah, the problem that the squirrels are dealing with, as you might have already seen, is there's this really angry cloud who's freezing over all of their houses. So the squirrels are kind of suffering as a result. We can't actually do anything about that yet, though. That'll be in the next level. But for now, we're just going to make our way up here, and that's where we're going to end the second level and move on to the third level. We're going to try to actually help the squirrels solve the problem. Try and get rid of the angry cloud. Now, first things first, there's our first somewhat proper puzzle over here. I try to do this correctly. I'm going to use that. I'm going to pick up this block. And I can just use the last block to get up like that. And there we go. Now, this squirrel I can't actually move past until I give him an acorn. And only after I've given him an acorn. I can't get onto the elevator first either. There's a bit of an interesting way that we can do this puzzle, however. I can just get onto this block, move one tile to the left, use that to build the stairs. We're going to pick up the acorn, immediately drop it. That way I never actually have to get off these blocks to move items away and make sure that we actually have enough room to walk around with. Generally speaking, you can pick up items even while you're a tile away. So a lot of the time we can use that to pick things up just a little bit earlier and save us a little bit of time here and there. So unfortunately we just have to wait for the elevator here before we can move on again. Okay, so up we go. This is a fairly lengthy elevator. And on the left here, we're going to get to a puzzle that pretty much defies all laws of physics, but we're going to do it anyway. We're going to pick up this block. I'm going to move one tile to the left and just drop it like that, and that allows us to walk past it. I'm just not going to question the physics of that. Anyway, we grab this acorn, give it to the squirrel, because squirrels do love their acorns, and he's going to give us a horn of sorts. And this is actually the quote-unquote weapon that we're going to use to fight the angry little cloud. You see, if we go to the left here, we see all the houses completely frozen. But if I use the horn here, a music note will appear, and that'll get rid of the cloud, and we'll see all the snow starts to melt. And the squirrels are happy again because it immediately starts to warm up. Now there's another elevator here. And we're just gonna take the elevator down. You see, even though even though things aren't frozen anymore, we haven't quite finished it yet. And in order to get to the end of the level, I have to go underneath the waterfall that was behind the squirrel. But Noobow can't actually get underneath that waterfall. The water goes way too fast. So instead, we're gonna get ourselves a mushroom umbrella. That should protect us from the waterfall. So up the stairs we go, and then on the left here we've got this big waterfall. So we're just gonna walk underneath it. Unfortunately, our mushroom umbrella does break in the process, so now we don't have it anymore. That's not a big deal though, because we can just move up here. You see up here, there's actually that ice or bag of cold, essentially, that the cloud was using to freeze everything over. And we're going to use that to freeze over this lake so we can go ice skating. So this is a silent Wii. And after that, we can just move up and we get to the end of the level. Now, get your Wiis ready because the next level is going to have a lot of them. Yeah, we've helped the squirrels. They're all happy again. And we get to select the next level. And we're now going to help the moles. You see, the moles are in a bit of a pickle because their showers are broken. And, you know, with how much digging they do, they get a little sweaty. So it's kind of a problem. So we're going to just pick up this block. I'm going to use that to build ourselves a staircase up to get to this paraglider. And paragliders work similar to parachutes. So here we go. Whee! And on the other side here as well, we're going to just do another one. If we go all the way up and around, we're going to actually get one more use out of this paraglider, and then immediately after, we're going to use a parachute to go down to where the sewers are at, or like where the pipes are at, and we're going to actually try and solve the problem. But first, and we've got a parachute over here with which we can jump down. Look at that happy little face from Noobow right there. We're going to grab this bucket and just kind of try and solve the issue with the pipes. See, the problem is that all of these valves have been closed for some reason. We don't know why. That never gets explained, but for some reason all of the valves are stopped, so we can't really do anything with it. We're going to open up both of them, but that's not quite enough to finish the level. We're going to go up here and fill our bucket with water. That actually took me a lot of time to figure out casually that you could just fill the bucket with that. You see, there's a very sweaty mole over here, and we're going to use that bucket to cool him off. I'm going to actually turn around to drop the bucket, and that's because certain items have priority over others. So the bucket, it's got a higher priority than this balloon. So if I were to have them on top of each other, I'd be picking up the bucket again, and that's not what we want to do. See, at the end of this level, there's a little girl mole, and the boy mole that we just helped and that we just, cooled off a bit, he's in love with this girl mole. So we're going to deliver this this heart balloon to the girl mole and make her all happy like that. So I'm going to just toss that balloon on the other side. This puzzle we can kind of skip because I only have to drop that block and now I can walk past it. We couldn't do that in the earlier level where we had a similar puzzle, but in this one it works out like that. And then there's the girl mole over here. Give the balloon, and now she'll let us pass, and we can get to the end. Now in level 5, we're going to actually solve the problem and fix the shower again, because that's what we came here to do. So we're going to build ourselves a staircase down. Like I said before, Noobow is too scared to walk more than one tile, so we just kind of have to do it like this. There we go. Now, unfortunately for us, we didn't actually start underground this time. And the only path to go underground is blocked by a block of dirt. So we need to figure out a way to get a shovel so we can actually go past that. And we have a pretty good solution for that. We're going to climb up the tree and get this acorn right here. And then on the right here, there's a crow. Now, I'm not going to spoil where he's hiding the shovel, but I'm curious to see how this works. In any case, we give the acorn and, yeah, this happens. I'm just going to not question it, honestly. And we're going to use the shovel to dig down here. One thing to note, if I were to shovel too early, we would just shovel on the rocks, and that actually loses 2.2 seconds every time we make that mistake. So it's kind of important that we try to avoid that. We can kind of cheese this puzzle by just dropping the block over there. That works out. Shovel has bigger priority, so we can use that to move on and dig through this block of dirt. On the right here, we have one more block of dirt that we need to go through, and then we can pick up the bucket to help another very sweaty mole out. Just like before, we're going to drop the shovel way earlier so that I don't have to worry about picking that up. And then on the right, we're not immediately going to go to the sweaty mole. Instead, there's actually an underground lake that we can access, like a reservoir of sorts. So we're just going to take the elevator. Right here, there's a bunch of water, so we're going to fill our bucket, take the elevator up. Now, I know we've been talking a lot about Wii's and the likes, but we're actually going to... I'm actually going to need some straight faces in the chat in a little bit, because it's almost time for Noobow's other form, Serious Business Noobow. See, as we go down here, we get this contraption, and we get to see this exactly twice in the entire run. We get to see it in this level, as well as in the last level, and every time we go through it, we go into Serious Business mode. We get a bit of a maze behind here with all the valves that we need to open up. And little Serious Business Noobow is going to do that for us. In the meantime, Arcade, if you have anything to talk about, by all means.
We've got serious business, Noobow, so we've got serious business, Arctic. We've got a $5 donation from Bollister saying, Stacey said, a $5 train? I must oblige. Let's get that 2,000, folks. Also, I want French Sekiro. And just a quick update on the Sekiro there. Sekiro is the next game. It is the last game coming up. And currently French is in the lead with a hefty $175. But coming up close on their heels is Japanese with 141. So you know, if you do some quick math, that is $35 to make Japanese in the lead again. Get your donations coming in for that. Yeah, Trobeer saying, Argic, serious? Nah. But it's serious, Noobow. Must be serious. Keep donations coming in. Much appreciated. Thank you.
So I actually made a little bit of a mistake already with the stairs. I took one too late. It's not a big deal, but this is one of the mazes where it's very easy to just take the wrong path at some point and hit the wrong valve. It doesn't lose a huge amount of time, but it does, like, little things like that add up in this game. But yeah, we're going to go back up. I think we've pretty much hit every valve that I needed to hit now. So we're going to go to the left here and go into the last segment. The worst thing that generally can happen in this run is if you miss one valve in this area. That's usually the biggest place to lose time. I've not made that mistake a lot in recent days, but I won't deny that I still occasionally forget about one of them. But so far it's looking good. Now we'll know as soon as we get up this ladder on the right here, if the shower starts to, well, work, it means we've finished it and we can go back to Happy Noobow. And it looks like the shower works, so it's back to Happy Noobow, and we're going to climb up the vine and finish up the level. And with that, we've helped the moles. They're happy once again. So one more animal buddy to help here. You see, this bird over here was shot out of the sky by lightning, and now his propeller jetpack is broken. So we're going to go around the level and try and fix this propeller jetpack. Now, in the process, there's this very angry bird over there. You can see how angry looking he is. So we're going to cheer him up because we're Happy Noobow, and Happy Noobow is all about making people happy. So I'm going to use this item. And we're going to just go to the bird. Just note how happy he's going to be. I'm sure he'll appreciate this. If you haven't figured it out yet, this is a party popper. And we're going to use that with this bird to try and cheer him up. Let's see if it works. That looks a lot better, right? So yeah, once we get past the bird, we can go down here and get to the first piece of the propeller jetpack. The propeller jetpack broke into 3 separate pieces. We're gonna basically, the way that the level works is we're gonna deliver one piece to the bird. He's then gonna give us an item that will help us progress to finding the next piece, and so on and so forth until we have all 3 pieces. See, the first part is this thing right here. This is the battery pack, because, you know, a propeller jetpack needs some kind of power source, so we're gonna bring that back first. So we're going to just climb up the ladder here, make our way to the bird, and he's going to give us another item to try and find the second piece. In the meantime, Arctic, if you have more stuff to talk about, by all means.
Well, we've got no more donations coming in at the moment. I think we need to get more Happy Noobow instead of serious Noobow. But we do want to just let you know as well that... Oh, hello. Yes, welcome to see me. But we do want to just let you know that we are coming up towards the end of the marathon, and we hope that you have been enjoying your time with us. But if you do want to see more speedrunning goodness, don't forget that ESA's next event, which is ESA Break the Record Live, is happening from the 31st of January to the 2nd of February, so you've not got long a wait for some speedrunning action.
We're going to go... Basically, the bird got us a stick, and we can use that to make a staircase there. And that's going to allow us to walk here, which is where the second piece is at, the propeller. Because what would be a propeller jetpack without a propeller? And with that propeller, we're going to move all the way back to the bird again. This level is probably the level that has the most backtracking, save for possibly the last level, because the last level has a fair few of it as well. Although the last level circles around it a little bit more easily, so it doesn't feel as much like you're backtracking. Here, it's just, we pick up an item, we bring it to the bird, and he's going to give us the next item. This next one's going to be kind of relevant, though. We're going to get a shovel, Now we've seen this shovel a fair few times already in the game. And similar to previous times, we're going to use that shovel to break a block of dirt, use that to keep moving. Now we can actually already almost get to the item that we need, the engine pack. The problem is that the engine pack is, well, it's way too far down on a cliff for us to grab. It's down the stairs over there, but it's just way too far down. So instead, what we're going to do is we're going to break this block of dirt, and then over here, there's actually a different bird who's fishing. See, over there, that's the engine pack, and that's too far down for our little Noobow friend. But lucky for us, the bird is willing to trade the fishing rod for the shovel, so we can now use the fishing rod to just fish up the engine pack. That should do the trick. So we go to the right here, and we're going to try to make our way down. I am going to quickly have to get rid of... Okay, I did not play this the smartest way, I realized. Okay, drop that. That was definitely not optimal. I'm going to just drop these down. There we go. Now they're not a problem anymore. There was definitely a better way to do that. I was supposed to put the right block one more tile to the left, because through which I would have still been able to access the stairs, but because it was directly on top of it, I wasn't able to. But yeah, we're gonna bring the propeller jet, or the engine pack back to the bird, and that's where the 6th level is going to end. Now, I'm gonna say in advance, level 7 is probably one of the most fun levels to do, and not just because there's a lot of Wiis, but there are a lot of Wiis, so get them ready for this next level. You see, we're going to give this this last piece, and as a thank you, the bird is going to give us the propeller jetpack. See, the problem wasn't so much that the jetpack had broken, but rather the weather is kind of all over the place. The sun is way too hot, and now the cloud is very angry, and that's what's been causing those storms. So we're going to try to figure that out, but we can't do that without getting a little bit higher up. So we're going to get another paraglider, and here we go. That was probably the saddest we have seen in a while. There we go. See, we're going to climb up and we're going to do a few more of those. We're just going to wee our way through the clouds. And another one. See, there's just a lot of back and forth, and all of this is just to get up a few tiles. Like, it's almost completely irrelevant, but it's kind of a thing. We get a parachute here for another pretty lengthy one. Now there is, I believe, like 2 more Wiis or something in this level, and this next one is the shortest one in the entire game. So just a small Wii here. Oh, Wii. That's it. That's it. But yeah, we're gonna go up the stairs, and this is where we're gonna see the very angry, unhappy Cloud in a little bit. Oh wait, no, first we gotta jump down here. See, on the left here, there is the angry Cloud. You can see it's storming. He's upset. It's not gonna that does not look good. And if we go down here, we actually get to the Thunderman. Now, there's going to be some bright flashes here, so just a quick warning in advance. Now, the Thunderman, we have an easy way to deal with him. We're going to ground him by just tossing a block of dirt his way. That works. So this right here, this is the Windman. We're going to ignore him for now, but he's going to be relevant in just a little bit. And then there's a fire, which we're going to put out using the parachute. Unfortunately, it does break the parachute in the process, but we needed to get past the fire some way. So then there's one more block of dirt over here. Gonna toss that, and then this is not a bucket like we saw before. This is a cup, and we're gonna use the cup to get back up there. And I'm gonna say in advance, just don't question it. You see, there's no actual staircase up. There's just this guy, so we're just gonna do this. I'm sure this is how cups work, right? So you can see there, right there, the sun, he's very hot. So we're going to help the sun cool off. There's a lot of water coming from a very angry cloud. So we're just going to fill our cup with water, just like that. And we're going to go back and deliver that to the sun.
Well, while you're going back to the sun there, I've got a few donations here to go for.
Go ahead.
We got a $5 donation from Stacey saying, really want to see 2K happening tonight. Let's get this $5 donation train rolling. Thank you for such an amazing weekend, UKSG. Argic, let's hear your best wee and go wild. All right, get ready for it. Wee! And we also have a $5 donation from Shep who says, wee. Literally, it has 2 E's. It just says, wee.
Nice.
Do keep them coming. Unfortunately, they both decided to put their donations to French, so that's another $10 to French there. If you want the Japanese to take over, if you want Weebs to unite, we need to get your donations in for that. You don't have long. You've got about another 15 minutes, so it's not long to go.
Well, probably more like 10, but we'll see. In any case, we're going to climb up the stairs here. We've helped the all of the animals there because we fixed the weather problems. And now we've got one last issue that we're going to be dealing with. You see, Santa-san has lost a bunch of his presents, and he sent out his Cupid friends to go look for them, but they can't find them on their own. So we're going to help. We're going to have to help Santa-san save Christmas. You see, Noobow was secretly a Christmas game all along. Anyway, we get this this block over here. We're going to use that to build a staircase. The staircase on the left here, that's a trap. Don't go down there. These blocks are going to be used to just build a staircase down. Just like that. Now, on this next room, I've actually casually managed to soft block here. Don't ask me how, but because overall, honestly, this game does a pretty decent job of preventing soft blocks from happening, but for some reason I did successfully manage to do that here. But we're going to pick up this present, the little Cupid is going to pick it up, and we're going to use that block to build ourselves a staircase down here. Just going to walk down. I can leave the block there, we don't have to put it down again, it just disappears like that. We're going to use these 2 blocks to build our path around it. Now this level consists of 3 areas essentially. There's the left part, which we're now almost done with. There's a part on the right, which we're going to do in just a moment, and then there's the bottom part, basically where we started. As we pick up more presents, more Cupids will fly away and unlock the next pieces of the level. So here we can go up, and now I can actually go to the right because my path won't be blocked by a Cupid anymore. So we're going to put the block down here. Take the staircase. Now there's another last little sort of Wii coming up that we haven't really talked about. The reverse Wii. See, we can jump down and get a Wii, or we can fly back up and we kind of get a reversed Wii of sorts. So, you know, chat, I'm just gonna let you guys have at it. We're about to get started with those. This is the sequence with the most Wiis in the game, but also the last sequence with Wiis in the game, so that's kind of a thing. That's just how close we're starting to get to the end here. We're going to build one more staircase down, and then over here there's our last parachute, so here we go. And the reverse Wii. Before we actually move on, there's one more present that we need to pick up. This is the present that unlocks our path to the last part of this level, essentially. One thing to note, you might have already kind of seen it on some screens. One thing we actually have to pay attention to is the lag as well. But yeah, let's first get through this sequence. Gonna take one step to put down the parachute, and then we're gonna use this to build ourselves a bridge like that. And then just grab the parachute and we can move on to the right, which has a lot more of them.
Crrool, what have you done?
I know, right?
We've got Wiis and Oops. And while we're doing this, we do have a $5 donation from Apache MGS saying, "My favorite anime is American Dad." He also puts this to French, so the French are running away with this. It's like we're watching, I don't know, I need some French analogy here. I kind of ruined this one. Do you know what? I know, I've got it. No, the best French analogy here. Whee!
Well, Argic, you're late. That was the last Wii of the game.
No!
But we have skateboarding Noobow, though. Look at how cute Noobow is on his first skateboard, but then it almost goes wrong. But it was all fine in the end. So we're going to use this block again, move to the right here, and this is how we're going to get to the last part of the level. We still have a sequence to go through. There is a few more presents that we have to go get for Santa-san to help him actually save Christmas. But yeah, for those that are interested in something like this, by the way, this is like one of the easiest games to speedrun, and it's really cute. Definitely recommend it. There's really not much to this run other than just play through it fast, and it's an adorable little game. This game always just cheers me up, so it was nice to actually get a chance to showcase it here as well. But yeah, here on the left, this is where the last part of the level is at. And you might have already seen the shovel up there. That's the first thing we're going to grab, because we need that to get past this block of dirt. After that, we're actually going to do the only sort of glitch that we're going to do in this run. It's not actually a glitch, but it's not quite how it was intended to be done. You see, there's a room in a little bit that has a lot of lag into it if we bring the shovel in with us. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop the shovel over there on top of that block. And now it's ready so that if I go around it, the shovel will still be there and I can just immediately dig through the block. The advantage of that is that the room down here doesn't nearly lag as much as it would have otherwise. This room, because of all the presents and the tube from Serious Business Noobow down there, it would just start to lag like crazy. But yeah, there's a present up here that we needed to get, so we're gonna do that. We're just gonna walk towards the Cupid, get him off screen as fast as we can, grab the shovel, and we're just gonna dig through it. That's really all there is to it. So we're gonna walk our way down here. We're gonna have to drop the shovel here, though. I can't actually bring it with because it's time for Serious Business Noobow. This is that one other time that we're actually gonna see him. There are 2 more presents left in the game. We're going to pick up those 2 and then make our way back to Santa-san. Just as a heads up for tech, time will be the moment that we hit Santa-san after collecting the last present. And I guess while we collect these last few presents, I mean, I don't run this game very often. This is really just a meme that I occasionally do for marathons like this. I'm mostly a Pokemon speedrunner, which you may have seen earlier on in the marathon, where I've done a few of those. So if you're into that sort of stuff, be sure to hop over to my channel and drop a follow. That's always greatly appreciated. But yeah, here's the last present. Time for Serious Business Noobow one more time. Go through this. It's time for Happy Noobow as we're gonna go and finish off this game. I believe we have to go up here, and then to the right here is where there's kind of a puzzle here. These blocks of dirt, we kind of have to dig through them. This is kind of the game's way of telling us, bring the shovel, you're going to still need it. Because we will actually still need it. There's one more block of dirt in a little bit. But for now, we're going to drop the shovel over there, and I'm going to grab this block. And it might seem a bit weird to pick up that block like that, but this is actually already enough. I don't have to build a staircase. We can just move up after picking up just the one. And then we are going to go down here. And at the bottom here, there is one last block of dirt. And it actually gets us back to the very start of this level. Because down this staircase is where we began this journey. Now we're going to take the staircase up. And like I said, the moments that we hit Santa-san is when time is going to be. This is going to be fairly close to PB, actually. It's not going to PB, I don't think, but still cool to see how close it's going to be. By the way, while I'm climbing up the stairs, I don't actually have to hold any buttons, so I can just keep climbing up. All the cupids are going to start pointing up, pointing us towards Santa-san. It's just a sign of, yay, you've done it. You've saved Christmas. And then right here, Santa-san, so get ready, and time. So yeah, there's a little bit more story because Noobow here, he gets to travel with Santa-san. As Santa-san, he's just gonna drop us off home again. You know, we've done a good job. We've been good boys. So Noobow, happy having saved all the animal buddies, he's gonna go to sleep. Now this wasn't PB. This was like 20-ish seconds off. That's still pretty good though. So yeah, Noobow is gonna sleep here, while Santa-san, he's gonna just go around the world, deliver all the presents. But he has not forgotten what we do. You see, Noobow, he's gonna wake up here, and Santa-san has left a little bit of a surprise for our buddy Noobow. You see, there's a giant stocking full of presents. And with that, we have finished Noobow. That was my last run for the marathon. Thank you so much to all of the UKSG folk for having me, allowing me to do 3 games in this marathon. It's been an absolute blast. We're not done with the marathon though, because we've got Crrool coming up still after this. I think French is in the lead, so I think we're going to go with that. In any case, Arctic, I'm going to throw it back to you. Thank you so much for an amazing event.